Alright, so we have, well, kind of a simple but not so simple job to do today. This will be for anybody that has a second generation Dodge Ram pickup. This video will pertain to the half-ton, three-quarter-ton, and one-ton models, as they all use a similar style front drive shaft. There's a few little differences, but I'll leave that to you to figure out. Okay, so I'll show you what we got here. So obviously this is a complete front drive shaft assembly. This is out of a 2001 1500 model, and it was actually an off-road edition truck, so it had the trussed Dana 44 front axle with a 4:10 ratio, 231 transfer case. Yeah, and that is the original front shaft out of my 2001 Dodge Ram 1500 as well. My truck, however, is just a regular sport package pickup, so it does not have the trussed 44. It has the regular 44 front differential. However, my truck has a 241 transfer case from a three-quarter-ton that I put in it quite a few years ago. But being out of a gas 360 three-quarter-ton, the back half of the shaft was and is exactly the same mounting. So I'll show you what we have going on. I started hearing a lot of sounds and getting a lot of vibrations out of my poor truck. So after well, just about 335,000 kilometers, you can see that the Cardon joint has disassembled itself, and in the process it's kind of damaged where it sits in the socket. It's all punched out, you can see, and that's why rather than putting a new set in this one, I opted that probably the best thing in this case would be to go to the wreckers and get another front shaft and instead rebuild it with fresh parts. So there's the actual Cardon ball, and like I said, it wore the socket right out of it, and it did all kinds of bad things. So that is why we have another shaft to work with instead. And what I've done is I have gone ahead and purchased, this is the front Cardon, right? That's the kit. And then 3 new universal joints. So what we're going to do is go ahead and install those in that shaft. Okay, so with the shaft in the vise here, like all these U-joints are, they're not great, but they're not terrible either. They've got wear and tear, right? So these ones use outside clips. So what we're going to have to do is go ahead and get those outside clips out. You can see the Cardon down inside this one. Oops, there we go. So what we're going to do, of course, is go ahead, pop all these universal joints out. We're also going to mark the drive shaft for phase. I'll show you that in a second. Okay, so I usually just make a mark with a paint pen. The reason you want to keep this in phase is that when they balance this shaft, this is the way everything was assembled. Okay, get these clips out. The way I've done it for a long time is I come in here with a pair of side cutters, and you can see usually you can get a hold of it, and the clip will kind of come in, and you can give it a twist like that, and out comes your clip. Alright, with all the clips removed, and I thought about it after I had one deflect off my forehead. I'm wearing safety glasses, and you know what? You probably should be too. Just in case, you never know. So what I'm going to do now is I usually take a wire brush, and I go in here, and I clean out all this crevice here before I start trying to remove these U-joint caps. Okay. So now we can start pressing the U-joints out. You'll see the C-frame press that I have here. Now this was a cheap one when I bought it. Like, I think this was about $100 for the whole master set of ball joint adapters and everything too. And honestly, if you work on a lot of stuff, or you know what, depending on what your own personal vehicle needs, I would say it's probably cheaper to buy the set and do the job yourself than it is to pay the labor to somebody else. So it's a good tool to have around, and I know a lot of loan-a-tool and rent-a-tool programs have them. So it's not that much of a special tool these days anyway. So we'll take it, we'll slide it over top so that we can press a U-joint out here. Because what we'll do is we'll push it out far enough that we can take the cap off it. And then once the cap is off, we'll go back the way we came with it, and we can take the other one off. So this is going to be loud and unpleasant. Okay, so to get this U-joint out, what I usually do is there's little plastic collars. So I'll take and I'll pop them off, right? And then what you can do is just kind of pop your U-joint out and then take whatever remaining collar there is off. And you'll see that's our Cardon joint right there. This guy right here. So give me a second to put this on the bench and we'll talk about that Cardon joint. Okay, so this is the actual Cardon ball itself, which you can see this collar here, right? Then the ball, there's a spring inside here that holds pressure on the ball. And then inside this end of the drive shaft, you'll see the receiving socket that the ball and that collar ride on, right? So this ball here, you'll see there's the spring, and then inside here, hopefully you can see that. If not, I'm gonna see if I can show it a little better, but it has needle bearings inside there as well, just like a regular universal joint does. So we'll take that off, pull the spring out of the end of the shaft, and you'll see how smooth this one is, right, compared to the other one. Okay, hopefully you can see that better, the little needle bearings in there. So that is what rides on that little shaft that sticks out on the end of our drive shaft. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and remove this U-joint, and removing it is exactly the same as how we removed the other one, so I'll just go ahead and pop that one out, and then we'll talk about our next steps. Okay, so I'm going to show you what I do with drive shafts prior to assembling them. You don't have to, but it's the way I was taught, and it does make things a lot easier. So I'm going to grab my Dremel tool, and we're going to take and we're going to clean all that garbage out of this groove. And then we're also going to clean up in here where our universal joint cap sits. For that one, we'll just use a wire wheel. For in here, we'll use a little grinding disc and just kind of clean that out of there. Okay, if I sound funny, it's because I'm wearing an N95 dust mask here, because you are going to create a lot of dust, and that stuff should not go in your lungs. So I'm going to get in here, like I say. I'm just going to use this little disc here, and we'll go in here, and I'll just clean up this little groove all the way around in here. We'll do the same thing on the other side. We'll do it on this end. and we'll do it on the end of the shaft here and also the center. And once we're done that, then we'll take our wire brush and just clean all inside the cap area, and then we can start assembling stuff. Okay, with everything nice and clean, what we're going to do is we're going to decide on a position for our grease nipples, because these are greasable U-joints, and then we're going to go ahead and make sure that they're accessible, and we can start assembling them. So all I've done is sprayed it with a little bit of rust inhibitor just so that it stands a chance. So just go ahead and play the geometric game of trying to get them in here. Yeah, we should be able to get to that one. Okay. Okay, now that I got it positioned in there, take two of our new caps, and what we're going to do is get them in position. And what we'll do is I'll push that in gently this time with our gun here and our press, because it won't take much to get it in there now. You can just about do it by hand. Just about. I apologize, everything's in the way. Okay, we're in past the groove now, so I'll put that down. And what we'll do is, loosen that off for a second. I'll grab a clip and we'll put the clip in. So take a clip and use the same side cutters. What we're going to do is just kind of insert it in there, and you'll see it slips right in there where it's supposed to be now. So what we'll do now is we'll take and flip this over and repeat it, and just make sure those are all the way down where they belong. Slide this cap in, and then I'll push it in again. Alright, get in there. Okay, and a trick I was taught by an old mechanic was, once you get everything seated in where you want it, take a ball peen hammer. By doing so, that seems to be the finishing touch, and it puts everything right where you want it to be. Don't know why, but it works. Okie dokie. So apparently I'm an idiot when it comes to technology, but we already knew that. So I lost some footage here because the camera died. So you didn't get to see the remainder of this joint going together. But it's together and it's nice and smooth now. And I've taken and cleaned out all the old grease and stuff that was in here and re-greased it. Put the new spring in. And over on this joint, I've installed the new Cardon. So I'm going to kind of show you the best I can here. So that's the old one, right? And let me find the seal here. So that's the old seal. You can see it's wrecked. So basically it goes down on top of here and seals the grease in, so dirt doesn't get inside the joint here where it swivels around. And inside here there's another little seal that does the same. So what I've done is I've cleaned all the old grease out from inside here. I've re-greased it and I've assembled it with the new seal and everything. And see, this is a little spacer here, and that's so that when you're hammering it in, which you kind of have to, which by the way 15/16 socket is perfect to put in the Cardon, the little ball. And then the seal, a 1-inch socket, fits perfect. So we can take this out of here now. And we can actually put this on with our new universal joint. Because obviously it has to go on here first before we can go ahead and put on the U-joint. Because the U-joint kind of holds it in position, right? So let me put this back on a tripod. Okay, so we can go ahead and put our caps on the way we've been doing. And once we get done doing that, we'll be laughing because we'll have our shaft done, basically. Let me grab a pair of gloves. I realized I started blocking the camera the entire time there. I'm getting back into swing things here, it's been a while. Okay, I'll install this clip. Sorry about that. Okay, let's start putting these guys in. Okay, get a shaft rotation. And we'll put these caps on. Okay, so there is our finished product on this end, and it's been greased. It's nice and smooth. And hopefully will last us a while. Coming down this end, I've already done the same thing. I've greased it, and I just taped it to keep these two caps on until we, of course, mount the shaft in the truck. But that is our fresh drive shaft for our truck now. Hopefully this helps someone to save some money.